Hey guys, you're welcome to today's tutorial on Benny Souls. My name is Benedicta. So guys, this is the final look of our bustier gown with a yoke. So if you've missed our tutorial on the cutting, I'll leave the link in the description box. So guys, do check it out. So here I've gone ahead to add a balloon sleeve and then look at the difference between the doubled net, and then look at our under bust. Okay, that particular tightening that we did there, see how it is sitting very well on it, and then the fitting is okay. This is the back. Look at the neckline, the 7-inch neckline that we went down with. My strap wasn't enough to go to the back, so I just had to use it like so. So here, let's begin. So guys, using my pattern that we cut out earlier, I've gone ahead to cut out our fabric, our linings, and then I've also ironed my paper stay on the main fabric. I did not iron it on the lining fabric, okay, just on the main fabric, and that is our lower part, the lower part of our dress. I reduced the lining by 2.5 inches. Initially we left 2 inches sewing allowance at the main fabric. So here is the back. I had to iron the dart area where I'll be taking in the dart. So I've gone also ahead to iron my soft wadding on the front and then the side part. Take a look at how I cut it. I left spaces at the edge there for joining allowances to the yoke, and then here are my lining pieces. Okay, so guys, as also this is my yoke. Like I said, I went ahead to cut two of this because I noticed the net is too transparent, so I had to cut two of it to give it like a modest look anyway. So this is it. We're going to be setting them aside, and I'm going to be starting with the front. So with the front, I'm going to matching the under bust first off. I'll match that and I'll pin it for the two sides. Okay, please take this. I know it's it's a bit fast, but please take your time. Match the under bust to the center front and the side front, then pin. Then this is what we have. So going to my sewing machine, I'm going to be joining 1/2 inch. Remember, we'll cut out 1/2 inch. We left 1/2 inch for sewing allowance there. So I'm going to be sewing the two sides. Okay, so here guys, I'm done sewing it and I'm notching the under bust to make it free. Okay, to free up that tightening there. So here is our bust sitting. Just look at it, isn't it looking beautiful? So our cup is actually looking beautiful. This is our bustier. Okay, you can also make this into an off shoulder. If you don't want a yoke, it could also pass for an off shoulder. Okay, with just little differences. So here I'm going to be going over to sewing machine and I'll open my seams and I'll iron them. Okay, please do iron yours. I might not be able to iron mine now. So iron yours, open the seams and iron it. So moving over to the back, I'm going to bring in the back to take in my dart. So I'm measuring what I have, the dart intake I have to take for the dart leg. So here I have 6.5 inches. So I'll be going up by 6.5 inches. I'll make a mark there so I'll know where to stop. Okay. So remember, we're taking in 1/2 inch. I've gone ahead to notch it. Then we're taking in 1/2 inch to sew our darts. And I'm going to be doing the same on the lining fabric. I'm using a doll face for the lining. So 6.5 all the way. And then 1/2 inch, okay? 1/2 inch. Like I said, you could do 0.75 on your own. And then for the front piece also, I'm going to go ahead to do exactly what I did for my main fabric. That is joining the underbust area, pinning it, and then sewing it with 1/2 inch sewing allowance that I left earlier. So here I'm joining it, I'm pinning it. Okay. So here we have it, and I'll go over to sewing machine and then sew up and come back and show you. Okay, so guys, I'm done sewing it and I've gone ahead to notch the underbust as well, just like we did for the front. Okay, and then for our back, I've gone ahead to take in the darts. So please iron out as soon as you do this. so that we have a straight line. So for the neck piece, for the yoke, I mean to say, we're going to be joining the two. I'll be using one to turn the other. Okay, they're the same thing. Then I initially left half an inch at the bust area, upper bust area, then at the shoulder area. So I'm going to be pinning it. The first thing I'm going to be doing is turning it at the neck area. I'm going to be sewing the neck together. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a front facing front, front facing front, then I'm going to be sewing at the back. So here I'm pinning it. Please take your time. You know it's stretchy and it's net, so you won't want to have it moving around. So here I'm going to go over to the same machine and I'm going to join it. Okay, you might need to use paper or anything that could aid in joining it. So here I went ahead to use my gum stay. Okay, so I have my gum stay there, and then that was what made it easier for me to join it. So here I'm just notching out and then bringing my front pattern, the main fabric. I'm going to place in the centerpiece of the yoke at the centerpiece of the main fabric like so. Please place correctly at the pointy part and then pin. So pin it and then pin on one side. Okay, we're going to be joining one side first before moving over to the other side. So there, guys, notice that 2 inches difference, that would 1.5 inches difference. If we hadn't add that to the main fabric, we're going to be having a shortage. Okay, we will see that in our cutting videos, in our cutting video that we did earlier. So here I'm placing the lining fabric on it. You can join the yoke first before joining the lining fabric. So I'm going to be sewing from the center front to the side. Okay, first off from one side, and afterwards I will then bring back the other side and then join one side first from the center front, then the other from afterwards. I'll join the other side and then I'll go ahead to join the sides too. So guys, I'm done joining it, and then next I'm going to be doing right now is notching it. I'll notch the center. Okay, and then I'll also notch the curve so it will open up. Okay, so here I'm notching it. Please take your time in doing this, it's necessary. It's necessary. So I'm turning it to the front. So guys, this is what we have. Beautiful. It's looking so beautiful. Here is our cup. Our cup just came out so nice and beautiful. So this is it. And here we have our yoke. Okay, see how it is sitting so nice. So you might go ahead to top stitch that part, but what I usually do is use my gum stay to actually hold it down underneath. Okay, my gum, I mean my glue gun, to actually hold it down under. You can use uhu gum, you can use glue gum, whatever fabric gum you have, you can use it. So this is what we have, and then our sides, and then the front piece of our upper bodice is ready. Next, what we're going to be doing right now is for the back piece. Since we've gone ahead to take in our dart area, we're going to be joining the main fabric and the lining together at the neckline and at the sides. Okay, at the neckline and at the sides. Please do not join the shoulder side because the shoulder is meant to be attached to the front. Just the neckline, the sides, and the zipper allowance. I'll do that and show you. So here I've gone ahead to do that. Then I went ahead to notch the zipper side to avoid bulkiness, and I'm going to be notching the neck area so it will open up. Here I'm turning it to the front. So this is what we have for the front, for at the after turning it. So here we go, our back is almost ready. So guys, because of the paper stay that I ironed on it, it is actually giving this dress structure. Okay, I like the feel, I have the like the texture. So here is our front, and then our back, the upper pieces are ready. So that's how it's going to look after joining it. Okay, so here we're going to set this aside to work on our lower piece. So we remove the pins, and then the first thing we're going to be doing is joining the lower part. Remember, we'll cut the lining pieces 2.5 inches shorter than the main piece. So this is just to fold up the our sewing lines will not be showing at the hem. So then fold up the fabric. It looks neater that way. So I'll be matching this is the front piece. I'll be matching the hemline and I'll be pinning it. So I'll pin it all the way to the end. You can do this without pinning, okay? So I just like to pin. So here I'm done pinning it, and then I'll go over to the sewing machine and sew the lower that place with 1/2 inch. So I'm going to do that to all the lining and the other remaining fabrics, okay? I'll take it and then sew the lining to it. So here I'm going ahead to notch my zipper allowance for my lining piece. I did not do that earlier. So find out the lining, the zipper allowance, I'll go ahead to notch it. And here I'm done notching it. I'll place it on my main fabric and then align it to the hemline. I'll pin and then I'll go over to my sewing machine to sew it with 1/2 inch sewing allowance. Okay, I'll do that for all the piece. So guys, I'm done sewing it and this is what we have. So when I pull up the lining to meet up with the main fabric, okay, I'll be having it folded in at the hemline. So here the next thing we're going to be doing is to match it up at the waistline and then sew 1/2 inch on all sides, on all the sides. See what we are talking about, guys? Can you see? So this is beautiful. If you do it this way, it's better, okay? And gives your clothes a neat finishing. So here I'm going to match up the waistline with the lining, and I'm going to pin and then sew 1/2 inch at the sides. Okay, so it's very easy. It's very easy. Here guys, this is it. So I'm done pinning. So I'll show you what I was talking about earlier about the hemline. Okay, initially we left 2 inches sewing allowance and we'll cut our fabric 1/2 inch. That is our 2 inch line. Can you see that it's actually on that line? So here I'll go ahead and sew on the sides and then come back and show you. So guys, I'm done sewing it and this is what we have. Okay, I've actually not ironed any piece of this. I'll do that as soon as I'm done. So since it's a very quick video, so I'll do that as soon as I'm done with the video. So next thing we're going to be doing right now is to join in our lower piece to the upper piece. First off, I'm going to notch this midpoint of our lower part, that is our skirt part. And then I'm going to also notch the upper part. Here I'm trimming off the excesses at the center front. I noticed there's an excess there. Then I trim it off, then fold it up, then notch the midpoint. So afterwards, I'll be placing it on the lower part, front facing front. I'll make sure to match it up and I'll pin. Okay. Guys, you can do this without pinning, but I just prefer pinning it so it won't move around. So here I'm trying to pin, align and pin, align and pin. Okay. Here we have it. We're aligning and we're pinning. So I'll go ahead to join it 1/2 inch. So I'll also do that for the back piece. I'll bring one back piece, align it to the lower part, that is the skirt part, and I'll sew. Okay, please be careful in doing this. Make sure you're aligning your upper zipper side to the lower zipper side. And here guys, I'm done sewing it and this is what we have. Okay, so later on I'll use my weaving machine to actually weave that inner weaving to weave that, and then this is what we have for the back too. And this is it. I've gone ahead to close the back, that is the zipper area, up to our slit area. Then I left our zipper area. So here for the shoulder, I'm going to be turning it with the back. I'll pick a piece. Sorry, you can't see that. I'll do a repeat of that on the other hand, so you can see. So basically, what I was doing was taking one shoulder line and wrapping it with the front. Okay, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I'll pick the back shoulder and use it to wrap up, considering the front and the back. Okay, here is my front shoulder line. Okay, and I'll take the front, match it up with the other, with the back neckline, like so. Okay, do you see that? I'll hold that very well, then align all the pieces, then I'll pin at that shoulder line. So align all and also pin at that part. So guys, this is what we have. So this is it, and I'll go ahead to sew half of an inch. Okay, so guys, I've done sewing it, and I'll trim off the neckline area to remove to remove bulkiness, and then to make it come out pointed. So guys, can you see that? So this is what I was talking about. Okay, so here we have it. So the next thing I'm going to be doing right now is to flip it to the back, and then join the sides with the necessary measurements, bust measurements, half length, and then hip length all the way to the hem. We're almost done with this dress. Okay, just pin and then use your circumference, your bust circumference divided by 2. Mark, you know what it is, then you mark the remaining as your sewing allowance. The half length sewing allowance, circumference divided by 2, then join the sides. Okay, also the next thing I'm going to be doing is to fix the zipper, at the back. So I'll do that off camera. And then lastly guys, this is what I have. This is the back, and then we've seen the front. I've gone ahead to fix the sleeve. So guys, thank you.